Hi, my name is Audrey Bishop, and today I will be presenting my Science Scout project. To begin, the issue I found was that our community was basically polluted with trash, and it was everywhere. Inside our parks, on our streets, in the areas where water was supposed to be draining, and this causes so many problems such as flooding, and no one really wants to go and pick up all that trash. So I took it into my own hands to design something that would pick up trash for us. So I decided to try and redesign the Mars Space Rover so that it could clean up trash and make our environment and our communities look nicer. So all I used for this project was Legos and paper to make sure I could write down my ideas and sketch out my robot. So first, I looked up pictures of what the Mars rover looked like. Then I used these pictures to help me design a robot from scratch. Here are a few of my sketches from what I designed. I planned out what I wanted my robot to do, which was to pick up trash off the ground and be able to deposit it into its own bin instead of having to drive all the way to a trash can. I also wanted it to be man-controlled. After planning out what you want your robot to do, you're going to start sketching. You really have to try and picture what you want your robot to look like. Then you're going to create a list of functions and materials so that you know what you need to put your robot together. Because I used Legos, my robot was more easier to design because I already had the materials made for me. However, to create a robot from scratch, you could use better materials and more durable materials. After designing your robot and planning out the materials, you're going to want to build your robot. This is the step where you may need to make a lot of changes. It'll take a lot of trial and error to make sure you get what you want on your robot correctly so that it can function the best way. Next, you got to test it. Now, this may seem a little bit discouraging because it may not work the first time, but that's okay. That's all part of the planning and designing process of making a robot. So test your robot, make the necessary modifications, and then when you're done, you're finally finished. If you want a robot to be coded, this is where you would make the coding process. If you want it to be remote control like mine, then you just have to connect the brain and connect the remote to the brain so that you can be able to control it. Your last step is to put your robot to work. You got to get your idea out there. You got to post videos, make some advertisement, tell other people, and spread the news about this amazing invention that will help keep your communities clean. So here's the robot I designed. Here you can see all the different labels lining up with the different numbers that tell you what each part is and what it does. I drew out each one and tried to show you what's on the inside so you can clearly see where each part goes. And this is the logo that I designed for my robot. Its name is Clean Space, as in, because it's supposed to be cleaning the area, but also it's driven from the space robot, Mars robot. The result is fully functional robot with lights and a working clock. How does this all tie into STEM? Well, first we've got science, technology, engineering, and math. I use scientific research to find and solve an issue and develop a plan to. Then I use technology to build a robot in order to solve the issue. Next, I designed and constructed a cleaning robot. Lastly, I used math to make sure I had all the materials and to measure the distance and time so that my robot would be able to correctly function. And in coding, that's even more important. Thank you.